Welcome back, student. In this part, we are going to study about the different genetic terminology, means genetic terms. These terms are very important to understand because on the basis of these terms, you can able to understand the whole lesson. So, first of all, we should understand each and every terms. Let us study about character. What is character? All the features that we get from our parents is called character. Suppose the eye color. Eye color is a character. The eye shape. Eye shape is a character. The eyebrow. Eyebrow is a character. The thickness of the lips. Thickness of the lips is a character. So each character should have some variety also, no? Suppose if I take the eye color, eye color, eye color may be blue, blue eyes, hypnotize. Have you listened this song? Or either it be black or brown. So these are the variety. So characters are the features which we get from our parents. So inheritable features is called character. Inheritable means the character which we inherit from our parents and our parents has inherited from their parents. So all inheritable features, all inheritable features are called character. So I have already given the definition over here. It is the specific feature of an organism, that is height of a stem. The height of a stem may be two types. Either it will be long or tall, or it will be short or dwarf. So these two varieties are called trait. So trait, an inherited character and its detectable variants. Inheritable characters. The characters that we inherited has a variant, means variety. So the different variety of the character is called trait. Like tallness and dwarfness is the variety of height of the stem. I think you understood the two terms, that is character and trait. Let's see about factor. Actually, this term was first utilized by or used by Gregor Johann Mendel. He told that there are certain factors which pass from parents to offspring, and these factors are responsible for carrying the characters. Once again, I am repeating. Gregor Johann Mendel has told that there are certain factors. What factor are these? He didn't know. But he know that there are certain factors which bears the character, and these factors transfer from parents to offspring, means child. And due to this factor, the character move from one generation to another generation or transmit from one generation to another generation. So this factor was later discovered that it is nothing but the genes. I think understood. Let's have a see the definition. So factor is a unit of heredity. Very important. Unit of heredity means genes. So factor is a unit of heredity, means it is a genes. A particle present inside the organism which is responsible for the inheritance. Yeah, responsible for the inheritance. Inheritance means bringing the character and expression of a character. It brings the character from parent to offspring and also expresses it in the child. So factor is passed from one generation to the next through gametes. Yeah, it is very important. You should understand. The factor move from one generation to another generation through gametes, because we all develop from the gametes, and these gametes come either from both from father and mother. When the egg and ovum, both of them are egg or ovum, and ovum and sperm, when meet together, egg or ovum and sperm when meet together, we get born, or a baby get born. So egg and ovum obviously contain some factors which is the cause of inheritance. So the egg contain the factor inside the chromosome. The egg contains 23 number of chromosome inside the nucleus, and the sperm also contain 23 number of chromosome. 23 number of chromosome. So these chromosomes are the barrier of all factors, or you can say genes, and these genes together responsible for the character inside an organism, either we or a plant or any other organism. So let us study. Factor determines a genetical character. Yeah, it is very important. Genetical character. All the biological character that we have is due to some factor. And these factors are nothing but the genes. So genes is a particular segment of DNA and it is responsible for inheritance and expression of that character. Means if we open a nucleus, we get about 23 number of chromosome in egg or ovum or in sperm. Each and every chromosome, when open and reopened, we get the DNA. So the DNA have several segments, and each segment is called a genes, and these genes are responsible for particular character. If we see a DNA, a long DNA, suppose I am taking the chromosome number 1 from the cell. This chromosome number 1 is opened and reopened, then it finally we get the DNA. The DNA, this chromosome number 1, the DNA of chromosome number 1 contain about 2968 genes. So the particular segment of DNA which is responsible for inheritance and expression of character, these genes or this DNA we get from our mother and mother or father or parents. So these genes are responsible for inheriting the character from parents to offspring, and also responsible for its expression in the children. So it is a particular segment of DNA. Understood? It is a particular segment of DNA. Let's have a see about allele or allelomorphs. What is called allele? If I take the cell of our body from anywhere of our body, not the gamete, we will see there are 46 chromosomes, means 23 pair, and each pair has 2 chromosomes. Each pair has, suppose these are the 2 chromosomes. Suppose these are the 2 chromosomes. One chromosome you get from your mother side, and this another chromosome you get from your father side. This is the chromosome number 1, and it is the largest chromosome and biggest chromosome of any cell. This is the chromosome number 1. So each pair has 2 chromosomes. One you get from your father and other you get from your mother. Suppose in this portion of this chromosome, suppose in this portion of this chromosome there is a character of skin color, means on the other side, that is in mother's chromosome, at the same position there should also be a skin color. Means at the same position the homologous chromosome means same kind of chromosome, one from each parent. Homologous chromosome means same kind of chromosome, one from each parents. Same kind means same shape and size of chromosome, one from each parent. So the homologous chromosome contain same kind of allele at the same location. Suppose in this location, in mother side and in father side, in father side there will be a eye color. On the same position in mother side there should also be a eye color. So the pair of genes together make an allele. This pair is called allele. Suppose this is your father's chromosome and this is your mother's chromosome, and here at the same position there is the height of a body. Your father is tall, your mother is suppose dwarf or short. So this is a allele. So what is the allele? Capital T, small t. Your father is tall, your mother is short. Similarly, at this portion there is a color of the skin. Suppose your mother is white but your father is black. Then what will be the genotype? What will be the genotype? In that case, capital W and then small w. So the allele or allomorph, the two or more alternative form of genes. Alternative form of genes means on the same chromosome you get the alternative form of genes. This is a gene, this is a gene, and both of them are alternative to each other for a particular kind of character. Either it be capital T, or it be capital T small t, or it be small t. The three different form it would be. So the two or more alternative form of genes together called allele. They occupy the identical or same position on homologous chromosome. Allele is short form of allelomorph. Allele is short form. I think understood. On the same homologous chromosome, same kind of alternative form of genes present. Alternative form of genes. Point to be noted. If you are not understanding, please ping me. Next, dominant character. When two characters, when parents of two characters, suppose father and mother, father is pure tall and mother is dwarf. When both of them cross together, the character which express in the next generation, that is F1 generation, is called dominant character. Understood? The character which expresses itself is called dominant character, and the character which remains suppressed is called recessive character. Here the father is tall and mother is dwarf. When both of them cross together, the offspring come over here are all tall. Means which is the dominant character? The character which express tallness has been expressed over here. So tallness is the dominant character. And which character has been suppressed over here? Shortness has been suppressed. So shortness is the recessive character. Understood? So it is the allele that expresses its trait even in presence of alternative allele. This one is the alternative allele. This one, it is the trait, even it is the trait which express tallness has been expressed over here, while alternative allele is present. Which alternative allele is present? Shortness was present over there. Although in presence of shortness, tallness expresses itself. So tallness is the dominant in heterozygous. This is the heterozygous condition. Capital T, both of them is capital, then it will be homozygous. if both of them will be small, the same is the homozygous. But when capital T and small t present together, when capital T and small t present together, then it is called heterozygous. Point to be noted. Understood? So, alternatively, the allele that expressed in F1 is dominant when pure line means capital T, this is the pure, and small t, this is also a pure. When the pure line of two organisms of same species are crossed together, the pure lines should be opposite to each other. Understood? When crossed together, and the character which is expressed in the next generation, that character would be the dominant character, and the character which remains suppressed, the trait which remains suppressed, is called recessive character. So let us have a see about recessive character. This is the allele that is not expressed in presence of alternative allele. It does not express itself. Suppose capital T small t is present over there in the children. So capital T expresses itself. The child becomes tall, but shortness does not express itself. Because the child becomes long or tall, shortness has not expressed, so the shortness is called recessive character. Understood? It is expressed. When will the shortness express? When it present in homozygous condition. Means shortness will always express in pair. The shortness will express in form of pair. When the small t present in pair, the child will be short. So recessive character remains suppressed in F1 generation. When the F1 generation is recrossed, the children of F1 generation is recrossed, you'll see 1/4 of the child, 1/4 of the offspring show the recessive character. Understood? For today, that much. We have some more vital terms are there that need to be understood, and I will make another video to make you understand these things. Okay, for today, that much only. Bye bye. Make the note. Remember, don't forget it.